Hello everyone, I'm Ryan from 2 Car Pros, and today we're going to be taking a look at the HW2S tow hitch from Hitch Works. Hitch Works reached out to me and wanted me to take a look at one of the really cool tow hitches that has the built-in lights that are super beefy and really high-end, and I could not help but say yes because this is easily the best tow hitch I've ever used. With all that out of the way, let's just jump into taking it out of the box. All right, we're going to start off here with the box for our HW2S from Hitch Works. We have two other ones to show you, but the review I'm covering today is on this hitch, so we're gonna unbox this one. Take the top off first, just like that. And immediately we are greeted with a slip of paper that shows you exactly how to assemble everything. You can follow that link right there. I've posted it down below in the description as well. A disclaimer of liability, just saying you are responsible for you. Makes sense. And the actual hitch itself, oh my goodness, is it heavy. So this goes in your hitch receiver in your truck or van, and I have to say right away, it is insanely beefy and insanely heavy, and this isn't even the whole thing because we have the light part that bolts onto here directly. So this has a 2-inch drop and a 3/4 inch lift for the ball there with a 10,000 pound capacity for towing, which is monstrous. In the wiring bag here, it looks like we get a nice toggle switch. Look at that. Check that out. Look how nice that is. I honestly didn't think it would come with something of such quality. Wow. Cool. So if you wanted to maybe drill this size hole in your kick panel or something in your truck, or if you wanted to route it through the on the door maybe, you know, if you wanted to go through the Windows wiring harness or something, if you want to be like really trick. So that's going to control the lights. How cool is that? That's so neat. It comes with its own switch here. That's nice. I like that. Or you could wire it into the reversing lights, or you can do both. I want to do a video on that as well, wiring the lights into the reversing lights and then also on the toggle. So we'll look into that. But it is nice that it came with this really cool toggle switch. I like that a lot. And it does come with instructions on how to wire that. As for the wiring itself, I don't want to undo it right here because it looks really long. It has a built-in fuse right here. I wonder how many amps that is. So it comes with its own 30 amp fuse just there, so if they don't work one day, that's the fuse you're going to want to look into. The wiring seems to be all quality. Here is a nice relay. We're going to want to mount that somewhere, and I like how all the connectors have this kind of waterproofing here. I really like that, and everything seems of pretty high quality, and it does seem long enough. I believe it's 22 feet long, so it's going to be able to reach from the rear of the truck all the way to the battery. Even on the longest of trucks, 22 feet's pretty generous, so that's nice. So this is what it looks like when you take it out of the box. It does come with some mounting hardware in the top left cubby hole there, and we're gonna need that to attach this lighted piece to the tow hitch itself. Here are the lights that come with it, and they should look a little familiar to you because they are made in the same factory as the KC lights, KC Off-Road branded lights. So I can't say that they're KC lights, but they're very similar. And I can tell you that they're pretty nice so far. We're gonna see how bright those get later. So the next thing I'm gonna do is put the hitch here together. So it does look like these bolts here are a little special. They kind of look like a Torx with that center post there, and they have given you the tool necessary to put those in, which is quite nice. So we're just gonna line that up. I have to say that this included wrench here is actually pretty nice. I thought it was gonna be flimsier, but it's decent, definitely serviceable. All right. Those are on super tight. We can put our grip tape on now. Mine's a little off center, but you know what? I think it's fine. Next thing we need to do is install our not KC wink wink lights here. They go into these housings just like this. One might argue it would have been easier to put these in before putting that on the hitch, but I don't know. I like it like this. And before you tighten it down, you want to make sure that this looks correct and this surface is flush, which it is. So we can tighten those down. All right, so it's a 14 millimeter bolt. So I got my socket loaded up here, and then the nut is 13 millimeters. And make sure those are on nice and tight. And that's what one side looks like when it's done, and we can do the other. And there we go, that's what the hitch should look like. And I will note that this model does not come with a ball. You have to source the ball yourself. But luckily I have one. I feel bad. This hitch is so pretty and I'm gonna put this ugly ball on it. So we got the ball here nice and tight. Now we can put this in the truck, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the two other units I have, just so you know what's out there, what Hitch Works offers. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. Okay, the first unit I wanna bring up is the shackle hitch. It is a 10,000 pound capacity, much like the other one we were looking at. It comes exactly as pictured, but the shackle is not powder coated black, it just comes like this. It does come with a no grip slip platform, but this one is a test model to show you how these receivers are bolted into the step plate here. So it does come with the grip tape just like this one and the one I showed you previously. It does come with those two off-road lights like I just showed you on the other model. And it does come with the harnessed just like the other one, but this is basically the same unit, but with a shackle. You get this massive 3/4 inch shackle, and it is super nice. This is a really high quality product, if I'm being honest, and obviously you can take it out and equip your shackling needs. And finally, the final model I have is part number HW2S. And this is the big boy. This is a thick boy that is completely adjustable. It comes with two balls. This 2-inch ball has a 9,000 pound tow rating, but the 2 5/16 ball has a 17,000 pound tow rating. That is basically the top of the top. Like on heavy duty gas trucks, those usually have around 17,000 pound. Like I know the 6.4 Dodge that is currently made right now is right about 17,000 pounds. So this is perfect for that. This has a completely adjustable 10-inch drop, so you get maximum tongue angle wherever you want this thing to be. It can be. This is the high-end model, and again, you do get those not KC lights, but they're very similar. And again, you do get that nice step. Who doesn't like that? And it does have your standard hitch receiver here. So these are the two other models that Hitch Works is currently offering. You can check them out on their websites, hitch-works.com. I will have a link down below in the description to their website. It's super, super great. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and put the first tow hitch in the truck. All right, and now we can install our hitch just like any other. And for a hitch as nice as this, your securing pin should be of high quality. I got this one for about $25. It also has the locking side that won't seize like my last one did. And if you're spending the money on a really nice hitch like this, it's important to also spend on the thing that secures it in place. That cover back on like that. And there we go, hitch isn't going anywhere. As far as the wiring goes for this thing, I think what I'm going to do is just install it standard, routing it to the battery and putting the toggle in the cab for now. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we got the trailer hitch all wired up, so let's turn off the lights and hit the toggle. So as you can see, these lights completely illuminate any kind of hitching mechanisms or any kind of thing you'd need to fumble around with in the dark. That is a nice thing to have. So I didn't want to go too far in depth with the install of this hitch because there's a couple different ways you can do it, and it's going to vary different a little bit from truck to truck. There is one big tip I'm going to give you, and that's route your wires on the same side of your truck as your battery. So the battery on my truck is located on the passenger side, so I routed the wires up the frame on that side because you never really want to cross the drivetrain or exhaust. That could be a headache and obnoxious when you could just go from the rear straight up to your battery and route it that way. It's a lot easier. You could also wire the lights into your reverse, so you have a toggle and reverse. I'm probably going to do that in a separate video, but for now the toggle is working just great. I have to say it is quite the luxury and really nice to have a tow hitch that is so incredibly strong and reinforced. The thing is over-engineered to the nines, which is exactly the way I would make something, by the way. The lights are insanely bright. I really enjoyed that. I used this hitch in towing my Camaro in my latest episode on that. You can check that out in the card up top and the description down below. You know, install is relatively easy. This is something anybody can do. no problem. Even if you didn't want to hook the lights up, which I don't know why you wouldn't, you don't have to. That's pretty optional, obviously, but I will recommend that you want to get a really nice locking H-pin if you're going to spend this kind of money on a hitch. This is a hitch for an enthusiast. This is a hitch for somebody who doesn't just want a Walmart special hitch. This is for somebody that wants to be secure in their towing future. And if you buy one nice hitch once, that's all you're gonna need. Well, I know I've found my towing hitch for life. This is easily the best tow hitch I've ever used and probably will ever use out of a standard hitch receiver out of the back end of my truck. I can't recommend this thing enough. Go check them out. The link is down below in the description. So I just wanted to say that I've been using this hitch for about a week now, towing been towing right around 5,000 pounds, that neighborhood, and absolutely no problems, which since the hitch is rated for 10,000, that sounds about right. The thing about it is beefy and going to be able to tackle whatever towing from a normal hitch and not a fifth wheel you're going to need. And there's those 3 hitches I showed you earlier. So you do have quite the selection and you are paying for the quality, I have to say. And those lights are amazing. I had to, a couple of nights ago, switch from one truck to another, and I really wish I had those hitch lights on the other truck, but it's on my personal truck, and I got kind of spoiled on them, I have to admit. I thought they were kind of gimmicky at first. I wouldn't really use them, but now that I have them, I use them all the time for all kinds of different things. They're absolutely wonderful to have. And that step up might seem a little silly because the bumper's right there, but when you don't want to fold the tailgate down and you have something in your hands, that step really is nice. It's quite spoiling. This hitch will spoil you with its features and quality. All applicable links are located down below in the description. Thank you so very much for watching. And if you like this type of content, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time.